Somewhere past the last bright town of the world, the night train leaves the rails behind and finds a quieter track, one laid not on stone, but on the slow drift of space itself. There is no jolt when it happens. There never is. One moment the windows hold dark fields and the small lamps of sleeping farms, and the next they hold the deep and patient dark between the stars, and the train goes on humming the same low note it has always hummed, the way a held breath becomes a long, easy exhale. This is the part of the journey called the slow orbit, when the train curves out and around a single distant sun and takes its unhurried time about it. There is no schedule here. There is nowhere it must be. The sun ahead is a soft and amber thing, far enough away to be gentle, near enough to warm the glass, and the train leans into its pull the way a leaf leans into a slow river, content to be carried and in no hurry to arrive. In the observation car, the seats are wide and worn soft by years of quiet travelers. The lamps are turned low, the color of honey held up to a candle. If you sit here long enough, and you may, for there is all the time in the world and a little more, you will see the great slow nebula come into the window. It does not rush. Nothing here does. It unfolds across the dark like dye let loose in still water, rose and pale gold in the faint green of deep shallows, and it takes hours to cross the glass, and that is exactly as it should be. The nebula is not going anywhere. Neither are you. There is a particular peace in that agreement. A passenger across the aisle is asleep with a book open on her chest, and the book rises and falls with her breathing, slow as the tide of some far and weightless shore. No one wakes her. The conductor passes through now and then, lamp in hand, and he walks softly, and he does not check tickets out here, because out here everyone has already arrived at the only place that matters, which is the long, calm middle of the trip, the part with no edges. He only dims a lamp that has crept too bright, or lays a folded blanket over his shoulder and moves on. Through the window, the stars hang like lanterns set down by someone who wanted the dark to feel less far. They do not twinkle out here beyond the trembling air of any world. They simply shine, steady and old and unbothered, each one a slow fire that has been burning since long before the train, since long before the rails, since long before the idea of going anywhere at all. To watch them is to feel your own small hurry loosen and let go, finger by finger, until your hands rest open in your lap. The train passes a field of slow ice far below the windows, or what would be below if there were any down out here. Great smooth shapes of it turn end over end in the dark, taking a year to make a single quiet revolution, catching the amber light and holding it for a moment before letting it go again. They are in no distress, these drifting things. They have been turning like this for an age, and they will turn for another. And there is something restful in being near a thing so wholly at ease with the long, slow passage of time. In the dining car, the kettles are always just warm, and there is tea the color of the nebula's softest edge, and it tastes faintly of honey and of something you cannot name but seem to remember, the way you remember the feeling of a place more clearly than the place. You may pour a cup, you may carry it back to your seat and not drink it at all, and only hold it for the warmth and watch the long window. That is a perfectly good thing to do here. It may be the best thing to do here. The sun the train is orbiting slides by degrees from one window to the next, slow as the hour hand you never catch moving, and the light it lays across the floor of the car shifts with it, amber to gold to the gentle gray of almost dusk, and then, in no rush, back again. The train is in no danger of falling in, and no danger of flying free. It's simply circles, held in a long, soft loop, the way a thought circles when you are nearly asleep, coming around again to the same warm place each time, a little quieter on every pass. And that is all the journey is, out here in the slow orbit, a train that hums its single low note, a nebula crossing the glass like dye through still water, a sleeping passenger and her rising book, a conductor with a honey-colored lamp, tea kept just warm, stars like lanterns that someone long ago was kind enough to leave lit. The train curves on around its patient sun, taking all the time there is, going gently nowhere. And you may stay as long as you like. And when the window comes back around to the amber light again, you will find it has only just begun.